Welcome everyone to the Hebrew Canaanite YouTube channel. And welcome to this live stream where I'm going to talk, supposedly, I'm going to talk about an argument, a Twitter argument that I had with Bad Empanada, a very well-known leftist YouTuber. And actually, I'm going to talk about why all people who consider themselves, all people, period, should stop collaborating with the biggest Holocaust in the history of the planet, the Holocaust inflicted by humanity on non-human animals. And specifically and especially, all people who claim to be for liberation, equality, justice should obviously stop collaborating with this Holocaust, with this extreme form of oppression. And if not, at the very least, stop pretending that you're for liberation, justice, and equality. Stop pretending. We see that you are pretending. And Bad Empanada, we see that you are pretending. And everyone who agrees with Bad Empanada, you're just pretending. You're not for liberation. You're just pretending. Okay, so yes, again, welcome. I hope you can hear me well. I hope you can see me well. I hope everything is working correctly. Just before we start, I'll do the usual spiel. Like the video, please. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed, then you like what you see. And if you hate what you see, also subscribe to the channel. Maybe I can change your mind. Share this video and other videos from the channel with people who you think might find it interesting, or with people who you think it will upset. Because when Nazis get upset, then I'm happy. And one of my goals is to make Nazis upset. Of course, my goal is to make Nazis not Nazis, but if they are unwilling to stop being Nazis, then at the very least, I want them to be upset about the fact that they are Nazis and about what I have to say about them being Nazis. Okay. I do not agree with Bad Empanada, but I'm here to bash the channel simps. Hope that's cool. Yeah, if Bad Empanada sycophants are here, please listen. And if you're not here to listen, then fuck you. Okay, cool. So let's start. And before I dive into what happened, I have a few things that I want to say in general. Okay. So one thing that I want to say is that this is not about Bad Empanada. Okay, it's not about him. I don't care about him. I do appreciate much of his work. I've been watching Bad Empanada videos for, let's say, 4 years now. Around 4 years now. I came across his channel and I started watching his videos, and I learned a lot. I've been listening to Bad Empanada speak for a grand total of maybe hundreds of hours over the last 4 years. And I learned a lot from him, and I really appreciate the way that he speaks about politics, usually. I really appreciate his historical knowledge. I really appreciate the way that he really goes deeply into subjects. I really appreciate the way that he uses logic, sound logic, and doesn't let propaganda warp things so that the logic is lost and twisted and like inverted sometimes. I really appreciate all of this. And I really appreciate the way that Bad Empanada was part of my process of becoming really anti-Zionist, really seeing Zionism for what it is. I was against Israel. I already called Israel a cult. I was against the oppression of Palestinians, like in principle, for many years. But like seeing Zionism for what it is, as a colonialist structure that needs to be dismantled, and Israelis as settlers. It's something that really, really finally clicked only with the help of Baden Panada. Okay, so I really appreciate everything that he did for me, and this is one of the reasons that I hoped that I could help him do the same thing and realize that he is participating in oppression, that he is supporting oppression, specifically the oppression of non-human animals by humanity, by the kind of animals who are humans, the kind of apes who are called Homo sapiens, which is also a human supremacist term, but never mind. I really hoped that he would listen and that I could speak to him about it. I was hoping less and less and less and less and less as time went by, because I saw that I saw again and again and again how he was using human supremacist language, human supremacist arguments, and basically ignoring his part in this Holocaust. And whenever he was actually mentioning his part in the Holocaust or this structure, speaking for it and not against it. So I became less and less and less hopeful that he could change, or that I could help him change, or that anyone could help him change. But still, I held on to hope. Like I'm still holding on to hope. And Bad Empanada, George, my man, if you're seeing this now, if you're watching this now, please listen to what I have to say. Please, please listen. Please take the criticism seriously. Please think about what's going on seriously, like you demand others in the context of Zionism and imperialism, like I did when I listened to you speak about Zionism and imperialism. Please listen, and please think about it, and please change. Please change, because if you don't change, then you are part of it, and if you're part of it, then it's stronger, and if it's stronger, then it will continue. Then I cannot fight it. I cannot fight it on my own. Please join me, Bad Empanada, in fighting the system of human supremacy. Please join me, Bad Empanada, in fighting the oppression of against the oppression of non-human animals. Please join me, Bad Empanada, in trying to liberate all non-human animals from the oppression that we inflict on them. So I tried to criticize him on Twitter, not out of the blue. He wrote something about veganism. So I answered back, and I challenged him to a debate. And he responded in the way that he responded. And we will soon see how he responded. And still, I'm calling right now, Bad Empanada, come have a debate with me. Again, Bad Empanada himself is not important, but the subject of the Holocaust being inflicted on non-human animals, on cows, chickens, pigs, ducks, sheep, goats, all non-human animals by humanity, is a very, very important subject. I would say the most important subject, the most important political subject in the history of planet Earth, because it's the most severe and deep form of oppression in the history of planet Earth, with no competition. There's no second place here. Everything intrahuman pales in comparison. So please come debate me. I want your audience to hear what I have to say. I want you and your audience to hear what I have to say. You have a very big audience. How many subscribers does he have? He has 100K subscribers on his second channel. I see now. And how many subscribers does he have? Bad Empanada on his main channel, 207,000 followers, subscribers, 207,000, 208,000 subscribers. Almost 250,000 people. Imagine what happens if Bad Empanada goes vegan and starts talking about liberation, period. Not just liberation of Palestine, which is important. It's important. It's very important. Not just about deconstructing and dismantling imperialism, which is important, very important, but about that aspect. Imagine that. Imagine what would happen. Imagine how many people could be positively affected. Imagine. Come, Bad Empanada, come have a discussion with me. Come have a serious discussion with me. Please come. If you're watching this now, please come and have an actual discussion with me. Please. Okay, so Bad Empanada himself is not important. What's important is is the victims. What's important is the hundreds of billions with a B, hundreds of billions of animals who are being enslaved, abused, oppressed, mass slaughtered. At this very moment, this is what's important. I want to liberate them. But I can't. I can't on my own. I can only do my small part in it. But if all of humanity decides right now that we want to liberate them, we can liberate them today. We can liberate all of these hundreds of billions of sentient, feeling, thinking individuals right now. Hundreds of billions of them. We could. Just like if humanity decides that we want to free Palestine and dismantle Zionism, it can be done in an instant. Just like if humanity decides that we want to dismantle capitalism, it can be done in an instant. This is not a dream. If we will it, it is not a legend. As Theodore Herzl once said about Zionism. Let's invert it and use it. If we will it, it is not a legend. If you want to stop, you can stop. If you want to stop personally, you can stop. And if we, as humanity, want to stop oppressing, we can stop oppressing. This is what I want. I want cows, chickens, pigs, goats, sheep, and all other non-human animals that we are oppressing. I'm focusing on them because they are experiencing the most severe and extreme form of oppression. But we can liberate all of them right now if we choose to do it. So if you're listening now, please choose to stop collaborating with this system. And if we all choose to stop collaborating with this system, then this system will collapse immediately. And this is what I want. Another thing that I have to say before we get into it is that I'm scared. I've been having thoughts when I was planning this live stream. What happens if Bad Empanada actually watches it and wants to react? He can take the video and choose some parts that he can cherry pick and distort. He can present me in a disgusting way. His army of sycophants who are mostly even more stupid than he has become. He can send them to attack me, and it will be at the very least unpleasant. It will be at the very least unpleasant. It can be very unpleasant. It can be slightly dangerous. And I don't want to experience this, but this subject is too important, and I want to poke him. I want to poke him because he has a huge audience, and if he actually does react to my video on his channel, then this is good, because many people will have to face this subject, will have to think about this subject. Of course, they will have to think about this subject mediated through the excuses being told by Bad Empanada to excuse his own behavior and to defend the system that he is collaborating with. Like all those who collaborate with oppressive systems, they defend those systems, aggressively defend those systems when those systems are being attacked. And this is true for Zionism as well as for the system of human supremacy and Carnism. But they will have to face it. And what systems of oppression want the most, is for the victims to be silenced, to disappear from the consciousness of everyone. The less we think about the oppression, the better for the systems of oppression. Systems of oppression work best when they are transparent. Okay, so I want to make the system of oppression less transparent. Nah, man, BE is a lot of things, but I don't think he will attack you maliciously. Stay tuned, as YouTubers and other media people like to say. Stay tuned. Stay tuned and find out whether Bad Empanada will would attack me personally and maliciously. We'll see. Okay. So yeah, I'm afraid. Um, but it's too important. Like I see how it's really, really important for me to dissolve my ego more and more and more, and focus on the goal. And this is something that I did to a great extent in the context of Zionism. Millions of people in the cult that I was born into hate my guts and want me dead. I have probably neighbors who want me dead. And this scares me. And this is very unpleasant. And this is very isolating. And this makes me feel very lonely and depressed. But it's important to dissolve my ego in order uh, um, to fight against oppressive systems, because oppressive systems use your ego to make you collaborate with them, to capture you and make you collaborate with them. Okay. Okay. Let's see what Bad Empanada wrote. Okay. So I have screenshots here. Oh, one thing that I want to say before is that, okay, so I argued with someone on Twitter, and this someone has the Bad Empanada logo on their page, and this someone speaks exactly like Bad Empanada, and this someone has a pinned video of Bad Empanada, this guy George, speaking and singing a silly version of Creep that's about like Zionism. Okay, so I can only assume that this is Bad Empanada's Twitter page. He kind of like blurs this fact, but I'm sure I'm like 99.9% positive that it's him. Unlike him, I don't hide my identity and don't do this stupid shit. But he does. He makes it unclear whether it is actually him or not. But yeah, going over the posts and seeing the style, it's definitely him. So if it's not, how does it go? Will the real Bad Empanada please stand up, right, and come and talk to me, okay? And tell me, no, it's not me. You were arguing with someone else who is doing a very good impersonation of me. When does BE hide his identity? On the Twitter, it's not very clear that it's not like 100% clear that it's him. It's not. Someone asked him, and he kind of avoided the question. So that made me wonder: is it actually him or not? But it's him. It's him. Okay. The IDF being the most vegan army while doing the most gross crimes won't help your argument, lol. The IDF is not vegan. An army cannot be vegan. And people who are in the IDF are not vegan. And people who are Zionists are not vegan. Veganism is a political position that advocates for liberation, for the liberation of all living beings, that advocates against the oppression of all living beings. The IDF is not a vegan army. The IDF has people in it who eat plant-based food and has, to some extent, which I'm not really, I don't know exactly how much, it's probably less than advertised, has some accommodations for people who want to consume only plant-based food. Okay. No, it's not the difference between vegetarian and vegan. It's the difference between plant-based and vegan. Plant-based diet and vegan. And you will see that Bad Empanada wants to reduce veganism to eating a plant-based diet, but it's not what it is. It's not what it is. Veganism is a liberational movement. It's a political movement that calls for the liberation of all living beings. This is what veganism is. By the way, the liberation of Palestine is a subset of veganism. It's two facets. If you are deeply pro the liberation of Palestine, then you must be vegan. If you are deeply vegan, then you must be pro the liberation of Palestine. It's not different. It's just two facets of the same thing. There is a deep thing here, which is being liberational. And one of the points that I want to make in this live stream is that Bad Empanada, the fact that he's not vegan means that he's not really pro-liberation, and therefore he's not really pro the liberation of Palestine. No, not really. Not really. Not really. Not really. Because, for example, Palestine is a land, right? Palestine is a land. This land has children. I am one of the children of the land of Palestine. I was born in Palestine. There are children of the land of Palestine of many different colors, imagined races, species. We take care of 4 cats living with us who were born in Palestine. There are frogs and cows and bees and trees and flowers and all kinds of living creatures who are children of the land of Palestine. And if Bad Empanada doesn't want to liberate the non-human beings who live in Palestine and who are the children of the land of Palestine, then he doesn't want to liberate Palestine. He doesn't. Okay, so this is indeed Bad Empanada, and now let's stop looking at his beautiful face and see what he wrote. So what did he write on Twitter around 2 days ago? May 4th? Yes, 2 days ago. The reason why veganism is so popular in the imperial core specifically is because it's a way that you can claim to be a more virtuous individual than others, while you do nothing about the imperialism that enables your lifestyle. So much to unpack here. So much to unpack here. Like all arguments made by supremacist oppressors, there is so much to unpack here. Just listing the various reasons why this text is disgusting, ridiculous, fascistic, oppressive, nonsensical, the opposite of good, would take me probably dozens of hours. I've been thinking about these subjects to some in some level for, let's say, 2 decades now, and it still took me a long time. Like I saw this and I've been thinking for 48 hours, like about all the different reasons that this is disgusting and ridiculous. And I keep, like, I was showering before the live stream because I wanted to be nice and clean for you guys. And the water is flowing, and this makes the thoughts flow as well. And I thought of like 4 other ways, 4 new ways on top of the 57 ways that I thought of before that this is ridiculous and disgusting. I agree with the logic that if you're vegan, you should be you would be anti-war and anti-genocide, but not convinced that it works the other way around. This is human supremacist. Then your brain is running on a system called human supremacy. Because why? Why would you be? Why would you say that you're against violence Why would you say that you're against war and against genocide, but before war and genocide? What's the problem with war? The problem with war is the senseless killing, right? The problem with genocide is that it destroys a whole group of individuals. It marks a group of individuals and it destroys them and oppresses them for the benefit of some other group. This is exactly what humanity is doing to the group of cows, to the group of chickens, to the group of non-human animals. If you're against war and against genocide, but you support the Holocaust being inflicted on non-human animals, then you're not really against war and against genocide. There is a war between humanity and the rest of living beings. Humanity is at war with cows, chickens, pigs, goats, sheep, and all other non-human animals. This war is very one-sided, unfortunately. Like the war between Israelis and Palestinians, it's very one-sided, unfortunately. It's so one-sided that it's ridiculous to call it a war at this point, right? It's way, way, way worse than a war, right? It's a genocide. And with non-human beings, it's way, 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 way worse than a war. It's a Holocaust being inflicted on them. So if you support this and collaborate with this and participate in this, like Bad Empanada is doing, then you're not really against war, then you're not really against oppression, then you're not really against genocide, then you're not really against Holocaust. You support it. Let's go. Let's enlarge this so that we can now deconstruct it. What is your takeaway of this tweet? I was getting there. So here's the first thing that I want to say about it. And you might be surprised. The first thing that I want to say about it is that I agree with the claim being expressed here in some sense. I agree. If what Bad Empanada had said were in the imperial core, the way that he says it, in the Western world, in the global North, whatever you want to call this nebulous thing, okay? If what he had said was, in this society, there are many, many people posturing as vegan who are actually plant-based and don't really care about justice and just want to pretend to be moral and to judge others for being immoral, to deflect from their own participation in oppression, then this claim would be correct, technically correct. But political discussions are not just a series of disconnected claims that are correct or incorrect. You can say, yeah, maybe mathematics, in mathematics or in logic, we make a claim and then it can just be correct, technically correct, or technically incorrect, and that's all that matters. And even in mathematics, it's far from true. But in political discussion, of course, it's not true. A claim in a political discussion is not just, said in a vacuum. It's a tool. It's a tool that you use to affect reality, right? And this is what Bad Empanada is doing here. He is using a platform, and on his platform, he has a lot of people listening to him, so many that 221 of them liked it, and tens of thousands saw this post, and he is trying to create some effect when he is making this claim. It is coming from somewhere and it is going somewhere. There is a reason for this take and there is a goal for this take. What is the reason for this take? I believe the reason for this take is that Bad Empanada wants to, that ironically, Okay, let's go back. What is Bad Empanada saying? Bad Empanada is saying that the reason that people in the imperial core are vegan is just because they want to claim to be more virtuous, to have like moral, to claim moral superiority. Okay, why would people want to claim moral superiority? What's so good about moral superiority? I think that it's obvious that people who want to claim moral superiority do it because they're trying to compensate for something, because they know that they are participating in atrocities, in crimes, and they want to deflect from it, right? So they pick a way to feel morally superior, so that when they are criticized, or when they even think about the crimes and the atrocities that they are damn, I'm unsubscribing from BE. That post was so off the cuff. Okay, David, just wait. This is good still. This is good. But I'm glad. I also unsubscribe. We're trying to some people try to deflect from their own crimes, so they take on some image, okay, so that they can posture as morally superior to deflect criticism, right? This is what Bad Empanada is blaming Western vegans of doing. Ironically, the reason that Bad Empanada is saying this is exactly because he is trying to deflect from his own crimes. Here is a very basic point. When we're dealing with oppression, the most important thing is to focus on the victims. Systems of oppression and those who collaborate with them, i.e., oppressors, the thing that they want the most, is for the victims to disappear from the consciousness and from the physical space. Zionism has achieved a situation where Palestinians were completely driven out of the consciousness of Israelis, and also from the physical space, right? This is the ethnic cleansing that they did. Human supremacy, the system of human supremacy, and the Holocaust industries have done an even better job. They have done an even better job of taking the victims of the system and making them completely disappear from consciousness. And look at Bad Empanada's post. This post talks about veganism. What is the subject of veganism? The subject of veganism is liberating the victims of the oppression. The subject of this discussion is the victims of the oppression. It's cows, it's chickens, it's pigs. They are not even mentioned. They are not even mentioned. This now becomes an issue between humans. Zionists love to make the liberation of Palestine something that's an issue between me and them. When I advocate for the liberation of Palestine, the Zionists who I speak to love to make it something between me and them. They love to make the Palestinians disappear from the discussion. And then they can tell me that I'm impolite. They can tell me that I'm being aggressive. They can even tell me that I'm being violent. Why? Because I'm criticizing them for their support of the oppression of Palestinians. I don't think that's the subject of that tweet. To me, it reads as another condemnation of privileged Americans who love posturing as radicals while actively doing nothing to combat the empire. You would think that this is what he's pretending. This is what he's pretending it is. And if I had said it, if I, as someone who is not engaged in the oppression of non-human animals, but engaged in attempting to liberate and defend non-human animals. If I had said it, then it would actually be that. But Bad Empanada is a Nazi to those animals. He is a Nazi to them. And when a Nazi criticizes anti-Nazis just because they're like not perfect in other areas or talks about the Nazi system, right? Talks about this subject. No, no. First of all, stop murdering. First of all, stop collaborating. Let's make the analogy. Let's make the analogy. What if you saw a Zionist saying the reason why pro Palestine opinions are so popular in Western countries specifically is because it's a way you can claim to be a more virtuous individual than others while you do nothing about anti-Semitism. What would you think about that? I'm very glad that you're vegan. Fine Yakubian warrior. Oh, you're also a bad empanada fan. I never understood the Yakubian reference. It seems quite silly to me. If you can explain at some point, maybe that would be nice. But I'm glad that you're vegan. I'm glad that you're vegan. But I think you are being misled by bad empanada, and you will see how he responds to my criticism, and you will be convinced easily. Um, so what if a Zionist said this? What if a Zionist said this? You would say, hold on, hold on. First of all, maybe you should stop being the reason for the oppression of Palestinians. First of all, stop collaborating with Zionism. And then maybe you can criticize the activists in the movement to liberate Palestine, right? Because it's also true that a lot of people in the movement to liberate Palestine are posturing, right? People pretend to be pro-Palestine because it's something that it's really easy to like, yeah, I'm pro-Palestine. Look at the watermelon. Look at the watermelon, right? That comparison doesn't work. Meatheads are neither punished nor rewarded for participating in the slaughter of animals. There is institutional and legal power driving the kind of rhetoric behind Zionism. There is institutional and legal power driving the kind of rhetoric behind Carnism and human supremacy. There is a multi-trillion dollar industry that is the driving force behind this. There is a huge system of propaganda. Turn on your TV right now. You will see a commercial for corpses. You will see a commercial for milk and cheese and eggs, which is just the products of enslavement and abuse. I don't see people losing their jobs or going to jail for posting vegan tweets. Well, just because the system is so not afraid of vegans, because we're so few and we have so little power, and also because most vegans are actually, it's like liberal Zionists. They're like, no, I'm plant. They're actually plant based. They're actually plant based, and they don't really challenge the system. Once you start really challenging the system, you will get a lot of hate. You will get repercussions. I know because I did it and I got repercussions. My personal friend this year is going through it. Look up Zoe Rosenberg. Yes, Zoe is going to jail because she saved several chickens from being enslaved and murdered. And she's now going to jail. So yeah, radical vegans who actually do something, yeah, they get repercussions. Oh, she went to jail. Yes, she already went to jail. Okay, we're getting sidetracked. It's all important, but I want to stay on point. Where was I? Where was I? So yeah, first of all, like, okay, it's true that a lot of people who are supposedly part of the movement to free Palestine are actually posturing. They're actually using it to claim moral superiority. Does that make the movement to liberate Palestine any less viable, any less correct in its arguments? No, right? And it would be a good thing to criticize if you are actually part of the movement to free Palestine. But if you're a Zionist criticizing it, then yeah, fuck you. Like, stop being a Zionist, join the movement to liberate Palestine, and then we will care about your opinion, right? This would be your response, right? Okay. The reason why veganism is so popular in the imperial core specifically is because blah 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 blah. Okay. There are two ways in this in which this is just false, incorrect. First of all, why are you implying that all vegans in who live in the imperial core, who happen to be born in certain countries, are posturing? Why are you claiming this? Are none of them for real? Are none of them for real? Maybe some of them actually care about cows and chickens. You cannot fathom that people actually care about non-human beings. You know why? Because you don't care about non-human beings, and we will see that this is the case. We will see that this is the case. He cannot fathom that people actually care about cows and chickens. He thinks that anytime anyone tries to defend cows and chickens, then they're actually posturing. What is this analogous to? This is analogous to the fact that whenever Zionists hear me criticize Zionism and their participation in Zionism and calling to liberate Palestine, they cannot fathom that I actually care about Palestinians. They say that I'm posturing. This is all oppressors are the same. All oppressors are the same. All oppressors are the same. They use the same tricks, they use the same tactics, they think in the same way. Whenever they engage in a discussion that is related in any way to the oppression that they participate in, they behave in the same way. Zionists, when I speak up against Zionism, say that I'm just posturing, that I'm just trying to be morally superior. And Carnists, when I speak up against Carnism and for the liberation of non-human animals, also claim that I'm posturing and claiming to be morally superior. But it's not about moral superiority. I don't care about moral superiority. I don't care about it. I want the cows and the chickens and the pigs and the sheep and the goats and the dogs and the cats and the fish and the spiders and the frogs and every living being to be free. This is what I want. This is what I truly, truly want. How dare you? How dare you, George, claim that I don't want it? How dare you? How dare you? This is so disgusting. This is so offensive. This is so superficial. This is so the opposite of good. Yes, I want everyone to be free. I want Palestinians to be free. I want all humans to be free. I want everyone in the imperialist core, and I want everyone outside the imperialist core, and I want all living beings to be free. Tamar is saying this is the statement of a posturer, classical projection. Yes. Yes. When liberal Zionists tell me that I'm just posturing, what every accusation is an admission of guilt. What they are exposing is that they are posturing, is that all of their opinions are actually posturing, is that what they care about is their image. And this is true for liberal Zionists. This is true for them. And this is true for you. George, you are posturing. You are posturing and you're projecting this on others. Are there more tweets? I don't want to speak my mind as though conclusively without seeing all you have to bring to the table. Yes, there are like dozens more tweets. As I said, this will take dozens of hours to deconstruct completely. I'll say a few more things, and then we will continue and see. Okay? While doing nothing about the imperialism that another way in which this is false. George, do you think there are no vegans outside the imperialist core? You're somehow claiming that veganism is more popular or common inside the imperialist core. Do you have any evidence for this? Do you have any statistics to prove this? You didn't bother to bring any evidence for this, right? You didn't bother. You're just saying shit. You're doing what you're criticizing others of doing all the time. Every time someone makes a claim that is not backed up by data, you are the first one to say, "Oh, he's just saying this. He's not bringing any evidence." And I agree with you when you say that. But now you're bringing a claim without making any evidence. You're making a claim without bringing any evidence, right? Where is your evidence to this? In reality, in actual reality, for example, let me just give one example that destroys this completely. Veganism, vegetarianism, and veganism is something that is super common in India, right? We know this. Like 30 to 40% of the population of India do not eat meat. Do not eat corpses. Meat. Look at me, spreading carnist propaganda. It's not meat. It's corpses. They do not eat corpses. This is like hundreds of millions of people right there outside of the imperial core. Outside of the imperial core. India is not a country in the imperial core, right? And there are hundreds of millions of people. India accounts for like 1/5 of the population of Earth, like 1.3 billion people. 5 times 1, 5 times 3, and then, yeah, like 18% of the population of Earth. That's India. And in India, like 30 to 40% are not, they don't consume corpses. And like a big percentage of them are vegan. Like, how can you claim this? How can you claim this? This is such a preposterous claim on its face. On its face. How can you claim this, George? And another problem with this claim, while you do nothing about the imperialism that enables your lifestyle, George, that there is a positive correlation between being vegan, even even vegan in like the narrow sense. Let's take vegan in the narrow sense, and being leftist. You know, there's a positive correlation. The most like if you did a survey of how many people actually believe in liberationist viewpoints, and you took the percentage amongst vegans, and then you took the percentage amongst non-vegans, the percentage amongst vegans would be way higher. I don't have the data because no one does these surveys, but I have the experience of knowing that this is true. And I'm also an example of this. The reason that I'm vegan, and the reason that I'm anti-Zionist, and the reason that I'm anti-capitalist, and the reason that I'm for liberation is the same reason. It's the same. So these are just a few examples of how wrong George is, and how disgusting his claim is, and how much it is a projection and an inversion. So let's see what happens. What happened after this? Okay. So let's go to some replies. So a few people replied, including Almond, who is a personal friend of mine. I will not expose his identity, but he is a personal friend of mine. One of the only people that I know who is actually against all forms of oppression. And he said, dude, just choose the tofu sandwich instead of the mutilated corpse sandwich and shut the fuck up. Stop paying for murder and then talk about hypocrisy. Yes, yes, I agree with Almond. Shut the fuck up, George. Shut the fuck up about veganism. Don't take the word veganism out of your mind, out of your mouth, before you stop murdering. First of all, stop murdering, period. Stop murdering and stop enslaving, period. But then you add crime to sin, and you speak about veganism while being the murderer? You speak about the liberation movement while being the Nazi? Fuck you. Fuck you, George. Fuck you. You are a murderer. You are a Nazi. You pay for enslavement. You pay for abuse. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up, George. Shut the fuck up. Fucking serial murderer. Proud serial murderer. You give people money and you tell them, kill for me. Kill for me. I want the taste in my mouth. I want pleasure. So kill for my pleasure. Fuck you, George. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up. Close your mouth and never take anything out of your mouth and never put anything in your mouth. Until you stop murdering and stop enslaving. Fucking murdering cows. I like the corpses of cows. Nom nom nom. I like the corpses of cows. It's tasty. Broccoli is disgusting. I like the corpses of cows. Oh, those vegans, they're such hypocrites. Well, the vegans do nothing against the imperialist core. Nom 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 cow. Fuck you, cow. I killed the cow. I killed the cow. Nom 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 nom. I eat the corpse of the cow. Vegan fuck. Vegan fuck. That's you, George. That's you. That's you, George. Shut the fuck up, George. Shut the fuck up. Ew. Ew. Almond is correct. Some more people commented. So popular, lol. 99% don't care. And there is certainly more anti-imperialist activists among vegans. I agree. Yes, first of all, veganism is not popular. Unfortunately, veganism is not popular anywhere among humanity. Not really. Unfortunately, the vast majority of humanity collaborates gladly and actively with the oppression of non-human beings. Unfortunately. But isn't it tasty in my chat? But isn't it tasty? You can argue about the morality of it, but you can't about people thinking it's tasty. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck your taste buds. Fuck your taste buds. I hope you burn your mouth and all of your taste buds become numb. I hope that you never are able to taste anything again. Honestly, it's not that tasty in the chat. Honestly, yeah. Good food, actual food is way tastier than corpses. You're addicted to corpses. You're a drug addict. You're addicted to corpses. You're addicted to enslavement. You're addicted to oppression. You're addicted to abuse. You're addicted to it. You're a drug addict. You're a drug addict, and your drug is corpses. Your drug is rape. Your drug is murder. You could just admit you can't stop eating meat instead of making excuses. I didn't even read it. Yes, yes, yes. George is addicted to corpses. And like any addict, he will defend his addiction until a place where he is so pathetic. This is your brain on carnism. This is your brain on carnism. I will show you your brain on carnism. I will show you what your brain looks on carnism. You are an addict. You are an addict, and that makes you repulsive. Weak Western communists are hilarious. I don't know who Riot is and where they are from, but I agree. Bad Empanada is no different from the people he criticizes. He is a weak Western communist, and he is hilarious. It will be hilarious. And it would be funny if it weren't murderous. It would be funny if it weren't the reason that so many innocent, defenseless, beautiful living beings are being oppressed in the most extreme of ways right now. It would be funny, just like Zionists would be funny if they weren't part of the oppression of Palestinians. Ronnie, you're just going to eat meat for that rant of yours. Fucking pathetic, Ronnie. Fucking pathetic. This is your brain on carnism. This is your brain on carnism. Someone spoke up for the victims of my oppression. I'm going to oppress them even more and just to teach you a lesson. Fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. You have an IQ of 2. I would never, ever, ever speak to any carnist again. And would continue my life happy and free if it weren't for the fact that those carnists are killing or murdering living beings, and I want to defend those living beings, and I don't know any other way to defend them. Just like I would live my life happily without talking to any Zionist ever again if it weren't for the fact that I need to talk to them to make them stop collaborating with this oppressive system. You become so stupid when you're a carnist. You become so stupid. And you will see how even Bad Empanada becomes so fucking stupid when he tries to defend his collaboration with oppression. Let's see. So here's what I wrote to Bad Empanada. Very short comment. I commented, "You're literally paying people to enslave, abuse, and murder sentient beings for your superficial and depraved sensory pleasure. I challenge you to a debate where you try to justify this choice on my YouTube channel, The Hebrew Canaanite. Are you brave enough to do it? Any lies detected? Any lies detected? I assure you, if I had made a logical error, if I had made some mistake in my post, Bad Empanada would immediately catch it and highlight it, right? Right? Let's see if lies are detected. Let's see how Bad Empanada answered. Are you ready? Are you ready to see how he answered? Let's go. Let's go. Fucking Israeli scum! Disgusting colonial pig! Couldn't imagine a better example of this than a gross Israeli showing up to posture as morally superior for individual consumer choice while living large off genocide. I'm sorry, I can't read it with a straight voice. I can't. It's just so fucking ridiculous. Immediately he starts cursing. Immediately he starts cursing. The first word is a curse word. The second word is a curse word, Israeli. The third word is a curse word, scum. The fourth word is a curse word, disgusting. The fifth word is a curse word, colonial. The sixth word, well, it shouldn't be a curse word, right? But he uses it as a curse word. And I want to put an emphasis on this first and foremost. What does it mean that Bad Empanada thinks that the word pig is a curse word? What could it mean? It must mean that he is a human supremacist. It must mean that he thinks that pigs are inferior, so that when someone is compared to a pig, then this means that they are also inferior. And I don't need to analyze anything else about Bad Empanada's psyche. This is enough. When Zionists use the word Arab as a curse word, and this is the most common curse word in the Hebrew language is Aravi. Aravi Masriach, stinking Arab. This is the most common curse word in the Hebrew language. And this is just a testament for the supremacy that is inherent in the Zionist cult and in the Zionist ideology, right? If you think that Arab is a curse word, then you must think that Arabs are inferior, right? It must be that. And if uh, and if Bad Empanada, if George uses the word pig as an insult, as a curse word, then he must believe that pigs are inferior to him. Newsflash, George, I don't think pigs are inferior. I don't. I don't. I don't think anyone is inferior to anyone else. I don't think anyone is superior to anyone else. I don't think I'm superior to anyone else. I don't think I don't care about moral superiority. I don't care. I don't want to posture as morally superior. I don't. I don't think anyone is superior to anyone else. I don't think Jews are superior to Palestinians. I don't think whites are superior to black people or people of any other made up race. I don't think I don't think men are superior to women. I don't think women are superior to men. I don't think pigs are superior to humans. I don't think humans are superior to birds. I don't think birds are superior to pigs. I don't think pigs are superior to ants. I don't think anyone is superior to anyone. It's just a false statement that anyone is superior to anyone else. Superiority is only in the minds of the ones suffering from the superiority complex. Supremacy is just in the mind of the supremacist. It's always only in the mind of the supremacist. Jewish supremacy doesn't exist in reality. It is in the mind of the Jewish supremacists and also in the system that they created to exploit those they deem inferior. No, no, George, no, George. You are not superior to a pig. If I had to decide, I don't want to decide. I don't want to decide who's superior and who's inferior. I don't think this is a good thing to do. I think that once you start talking about who's superior and who is inferior, you automatically become a Nazi. This is what Nazi means. You automatically become an oppressor. You automatically become a supremacist, and this is not something that I want to do. But if you were to ask me, George, whether you are better or worse than a pig, I choose the pig 100 times out of 100, 1 million times out of 1 million. Every single pig who ever lived is way, 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 way better, more important, and more worthy of life, respect, dignity, freedom, and happiness than you ever will be. You, George, are a proud serial murderer. You, George, are the most despicable form of existence that anyone could ever imagine. And I must say that in my wildest dreams, before I was exposed to the carnist existence, before I was exposed to this, I swear to God, the pig over George, of course, the pig over George. Before I was exposed to such pathetic existence like yours, I could not have imagined it. I could not have imagined anyone being so pathetic, so despicable as you are, George. Ronnie is butthurt. You literally cursed me in first sight because I was philosophizing on the fact that maybe life isn't black and white, and will people enjoy eating meat or corpses, as you said. Ronnie, is it true that you paid for murder today? Is it true that you paid for enslavement, abuse, and murder today? Fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah, I cursed. Yeah, I cursed. I curse you. May you be cursed. Yeah, yes. Then you're a murderer. And fuck you. Fuck all murderers. Fuck all murderers. Fuck all Nazis like you. You all don't know about the block button. No. I don't want to block him. It's a good example of how pathetic you are when you're a carnist. Look at him being butthurt. Look at him being butthurt. Okay. So yeah, this is George's reply. What does this reply not contain? What does this reply not contain? It does not contain a denial of what I said, right? I said, you're literally paying people to enslave, abuse, and murder sentient beings for your superficial and depraved sensory pleasure. Right? Do you see George denying it? No, he's not denying it, right? I must understand from this that he agrees. He agrees. George agrees. George agrees that he pays people for enslavement, abuse, and murder. He agrees that this is a true statement. What does this comment not contain either? It does not contain an answer to my challenge. I challenge you to a debate where you try to justify this choice on my YouTube channel, The Hebrew Canaanite. Are you brave enough to do it? And again, by his silence, I must understand that he is not brave enough to do it. He is not brave enough to come and debate me. You know why? Let me use Bad Empanada's argument. The fact that people don't, the fact that Zionists and that people who support imperialism don't agree to George's challenge to debate him implies that they know that that they have no good arguments. They know that he will destroy them, and I agree. I agree. George will destroy most Zionists and imperialists in a discussion about Zionism and imperialism. He will. He will. He has good arguments on that subject. But I will destroy him in a discussion about veganism because he is wrong and I am right. Because he is a murderer and I am against murder. Because he is for enslavement and I am against enslavement. Please, George, come and prove me wrong. Come and prove me wrong. Come and prove me wrong. Come have a debate with me. Let's see you, bro. Let's see you. Didn't you emphasize your love to Bad Empanada in your podcast? Yes, I appreciate the way that he speaks up against oppression in the context of Zionism and imperialism. But I don't appreciate the fact that he is a Nazi murderer, and a proud Nazi murderer at that, and a collaborator with the system of oppression called human supremacy. I can kinda understand his angle. He is trying to call you out for being hypocritical. However, I don't know what you as an Israeli have actually done to harm Palestinians, so I can't comment on that. We will see what he claims that I did. We will see. There's more to come, more to come. But like, okay, he is trying to call you out for being hypocritical. Let's assume, for the sake of discussion, that I am the worst person to ever live. Let's assume that I am a serial murderer of humans, not of cows, chickens, and pigs, of humans. Let's assume that I kill 5 human babies every single day, and that I do it proudly, and then I boast about it. Let's assume, for the sake of argument, that this is what I do. How is this related? How is this related to what George is doing? How is this related? Please look at it from the point of view of the victims. Please look at it from the point of view of the victims. Why would the cow that George is murdering care about whether I am a hypocrite or not? She won't care, right? She won't care. It is irrelevant. It is irrelevant. When George criticizes Zionists and imperialists, what they do is they dig up some dirt on him and they say that he's a pedophile, which is like it's a made up story. Okay, it's a made up story. I don't think George is a pedophile. I think he does contribute to the rape of cows, and I think he contributes to the rape of young cows, and I think he pays for the slaughter of baby chicks and for the slaughter of baby cows. Okay, I think he does that, but I don't think he's a pedophile. But even if George were a pedophile, would it make Zionism okay? Would it make imperialism okay? Would it make his arguments against Zionism and imperialism less valid? No, right? No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. It wouldn't. It's irrelevant. What George is trying to do, and you will see this, it started from the original post and it will continue throughout. What he is trying to do is deflect, is distract and deflect. This is all he's trying to do. He's trying to distract from the fact that he has victims. He's trying to make the victims disappear. He's trying to make the victims to devalue and push away the existence of his victims, and he's trying to deflect from his collaboration with the murder, abuse, and enslavement of his victims. This is everything that he's doing. Every single thing that he's doing. From the original post. The original post was this. The reason why veganism is so popular in the imperial court, who gives a shit what the reason why veganism is so popular in the imperial court is? Who gives a shit? You're just trying to deflect from the system of oppression that you are an integral part of, that you are a willful accomplice to, that you are collaborating with willfully, by choice, actively, every single day, several times every single day, you choose to do it. And you're trying to distract and deflect, which is what supremacists always do, which is what oppressors always do. And every single thing that you are doing here is a tactic for distraction and deflection. And again, a gross Israeli. Okay, gross Israeli. We will talk about that more later. Oh, individual consumer choice. Individual consumer choice. No, you're not making an individual consumer choice. You are individually choosing actively to collaborate with a system of oppression. You are choosing individually, you, George, are personally choosing to give money to people to tell them, yes, please enslave and murder for me. please enslave and murder so that I can have a sandwich today which I perceive to be slightly tastier. This is what you are doing. That's still definitionally an individual choice. Yes, it's an individual choice. Yes, it's an individual choice that he's making to collaborate with a wide system of oppression. This is literally anything that anyone ever did, anything that anyone ever did is an individual choice that connects to wider systems, right? Bad Empanada loves to criticize people who made an individual choice, to to serve in the army, in the American army, right? He says that's not a choice. You are personally responsible for your choice of doing this. You can choose not to do it. You can choose not to do it, and the more people choose not to do it and not to normalize it, the less powerful the system becomes. Yes, the system is a collection of individual choices. There are individuals, and they make up a system. And each individual choice that we make is a political choice in the sense that we either choose to collaborate or resist oppressive systems. That's everything. That's everything. That's politics. Saying individual consumer choice, but what does it matter if it's yes, it's in the context of capitalism. Yes, the choice is being made in the context of capitalism. Yes, because the vast majority of choices are made in the context of capitalism because capitalism is so powerful. Yes, yes, every single choice that we make is in the context of capitalism, and every single choice that we make is individual because we are individuals. It's an inane statement. It's a statement. He's trying to obfuscate. He's trying to obfuscate that he is making an active choice to collaborate with an oppressive system, individually to collaborate with a system of oppression. Let's see how I answered him. Oh, this is how he continued. He went into a tantrum and he attacked me and he attacked Almond. And then he goes, "You're literally an Israeli! An Israeli in Israel! You are literally an Israeli in Israel!" All caps. "You're literally an Israeli in Israel!" Okay. Let's talk about the word literally for one moment. I said, you're literally paying people to enslave, abuse, and murder sentient beings for your superficial and depraved sensory pleasure. Yes, this is what you're literally doing. This is a literal description of factual reality. There is nothing here that is not a description of factual reality. Maybe depraved. Maybe depraved. That's my opinion. But it's obviously depraved. It's like if depraved means anything, then what you're doing is depraved. And then he says, you are literally Israeli. You are literally Israeli. What is literally true? What is literally true? What is literally true is that I got a piece of paper that said Israeli and Jewish on it. But honestly, he's kind of right, isn't he? What do you mean he's right? He's right in the sense that he is now. What's wrong with what he said? Jesus Christ! Oh my God! You can't understand what's wrong with what he said. Let me explain slowly. You are literally an Israeli in Israel. Okay. It's one of those things that are so wrong that you don't know where to start even. I was born in Palestine. I was born in Palestine, in a land called Palestine. And the situation that I was born into. No, you know what? Before I do that, he's deflecting. What does it matter if I'm Israeli? What does it matter if I'm Israeli? What does it matter? I don't consider myself Israeli. I got a piece of paper that said Israeli on it, but I don't consider myself Israeli. But let's say that I'm Israeli. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? I said you're paying people to enslave, abuse, and murder. Why does it matter if I'm Israeli saying this? What if a Palestinian said it? Then it would be more true or less true? What if a German person said it? Would it be more or less true? How does the identity, Jesus Christ. The chat is confusing me. I can't stay on point. I'm ignoring the chat now. How does it matter what the identity of who said the claim? How does it matter? Does it make the claim more or less true? No, it's pure deflection. It's pure deflection, and the very fact that people are not noticing this means that we have a big problem. Let's say a Palestinian said it. I have many Palestinian subscribers who comment on my videos. I'm a Palestinian and a vegan, and I really appreciate what you're doing. I encourage the Palestinian vegan subscribers that I have to come and attack Bad Empanada for his collaboration with the Holocaust. Maybe then Bad Empanada would have less good arguments. Like he could not deflect in this way. The good arguments. His arguments are not good. He could not deflect in this way. Maybe then he could not deflect in this way. But why does it matter? Why does my identity matter? Why does it matter? Your name is Aloni San Cohen. Yes, that's my name. Yes, that's my name. Like, you went and you looked up my name, and then you wrote down my name, and you think that this is some kind of gotcha. I speak with my name open. You don't, by the way. No one knows your name. Sometimes you say that your name is George, and that's it. Sometimes you say that your name is George, and that's it. No one knows your name. I speak with my name out in the open. I say my name. And you know what? I got a lot of shit for it. The Zionist system wants to persecute me and has persecuted me. And Zionist collaborators have persecuted me a lot because I speak with open face, with my name out there. Good for you finding my name. I'm sure it took you 2 seconds on Google. It's easy to find my name on Google. I said the name of my YouTube channel. It's easy to find my name. Why do you put my name in scare quotes? Why do you think that this matters at all to the discussion what my name is? How stupid are you? George, how stupid can you be? Why does my identity matter? Because you're in the heart of Zionism, yet claim to be anti-Zionist. How do you want him or anyone to take your activism seriously when you live in Israel? Why does it matter if you take my activism seriously? Why does it matter if anyone take my activism seriously? Okay, so he will press on this point because it's a good point to distract. Here, you fell for it. You're vegan and you fell for it. The most effective anti-Zionist strategy for someone in your shoes is to just leave. This is exactly what he will say, that I should leave. Let's talk about it. You're upset that he's not taking you seriously, though. No, I'm upset that he's murdering cows. This is what I'm upset about. I'm upset about the cows who are enslaved. I'm upset about the chickens who are enslaved. I'm upset about the pigs who are enslaved and murdered. I'm upset about the Holocaust. This is what I'm upset about. This is not about me. This is about the victims. This is not about me. Why does it matter? Why does it matter who I am? Why does it matter what I do? What does it matter? Why does it matter if anyone takes me seriously or not? I want people to take me seriously because I'm one of the only people who defends the victims, the non-human victims of the system of human supremacy, of this Holocaust. And I know that people don't take me seriously just because of that, just because they don't want to take anyone seriously who's defending those victims, their victims. This is what I'm upset about. I'm upset about the Holocaust that is happening, and I want people to take me seriously just as a way for them to listen to what I have to say, which is begging them to stop supporting this Holocaust. You inferred multiple things about his character based just on this interaction alone. Okay, let's see more. Let's see more of what he said. This is what I answered him. I will go back to it later. This is him making actual arguments. Individual consumerist ethical choices don't matter regarding any more than, oh my God, I'm getting confused. Oh my God, the system is bringing me down. The system is bringing me down right now. I have agents of the system claiming to be vegan and not claiming to be vegan, bringing me down right now. I'm getting confused. I'm getting upset. Yeah, I see what's happening. I see what's happening. I need to get back on point. I need to get back on point. No, I'm not going to read your comments in the chat anymore. You're just distracting me from the truth. The truth is that there's a Holocaust going on. The truth is that there's a Holocaust going on, and that we need to stop this Holocaust, and that people are collaborating with this Holocaust, and that people are aggressively attacking anyone who's trying to go against this Holocaust, and they will use any means necessary to attack those who are going against this Holocaust, just like Zionists use any means necessary to attack me when I go against the oppression that Palestinians suffer. And just like they sometimes succeed because it's so much, they surround you. They surround you and they attack you, and it's so much. And they don't even, some of them don't even understand that they're attacking you, but they are. Because they're serving the system. And I need to go back to my center. And I need to remind myself that there is a Holocaust here. And that I'm going against the Holocaust, and that the Nazis, like Bad Empanada, and like Roni here in the chat, and like many people in the comments there, they got to me and they threw me out of my center. I need to remember the cows and the chickens and the pigs. I need to remember them. I need to remember that they are the important ones here. I want them to be free. I want them to be free. I want them to be free. I want everyone to be free. I want everyone to be free. I want everyone to be together. I don't want to fight. I don't want to argue. It's not about me. It's not about my identity. It's not about your identity. It's not about anything like that. It's not about petty arguments between humans. It's not about petty arguments between anyone. I just want everyone to be free. I just want everyone to be free. Before this live stream, I thought I planned so carefully what I want to say. I had so many things that I wanted to say. And I thought that if I just said the right things, that it would make a difference. But you know what? For decades, I've been trying to say the right thing. For decades, I've been trying to just say the right thing to help people see the truth, to help people see all the oppression, all the violence, all the enslavement that's going on, the Holocaust, the Holocaust. Our entire planet is one big Holocaust. I've been trying to find the right words, and there are no right words. There are no right words. There is nothing that I can say. There is nothing that I can say. It doesn't matter how logically sound I am. It doesn't matter. I've been trying more and more and more to fight Zionism, to fight Carnism, to fight patriarchy, to fight capitalism. I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying. I'm tired, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted, I'm exhausted. Every time I try to do it, every time I try to do it, the agents of the system, they come and attack me. Every time, every single time, all the time, all the time, all the time, 100% of the time. And it's not about me. It's not about me. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you how it works. The system attacks everyone who goes against it all the time, all the time. I'm trying to make good content so that people watch the content and I become successful on YouTube. Why? Because I want to say the right things and I want enough people to listen to the things that I have to say and understand how they're collaborating with the system and to stop collaborating with the system and to start resisting the system. This is what I want. And it's so difficult. It's so difficult. It's so difficult. Let's continue. This is what I answered. This is what I answered. It is frankly pathetic that you resort to the exact same tactics all oppressors use to deflect from their actions. And it is pathetic, you know? It is pathetic. I used to really appreciate you, George. I used to really appreciate you. You really helped me. You helped me take the final step towards anti Zionism. I still appreciate the way that you speak up against Zionism. I still appreciate the way that you speak up against imperialism. But the way you behaved in the past 2 days and the way that you behave anytime your collaboration with the oppression of non-human animals is mentioned and you are criticized for it is frankly pathetic. Who is George? George is bad empanada. His name is George. His name is George. My name is Alon, which means oak tree in Hebrew, and his name is George. It's pathetic, George, that the moment your own collaboration with oppression becomes the subject of criticism, you turn to be the exact same way as any other oppressor that you criticize. You know why? Because oppression always works the same way. The system of oppression takes hold of your brain and it turns it into a disgusting mush. It turns you into a stupid, ridiculous, pathetic idiot, which is what you are. Which is what you are when you are a carnist. And because you are that when you are a carnist, you are that, period. George, and anyone else who is a carnist, please heal your mind. Heal your mind when you murder, when you participate in murder, when you participate in oppression. Your mind is sick. Heal your mind for your own sake and for the sake of your victims. You have dedicated your entire YouTube channel to ridiculing these tactics in the context of Zionism and imperialism, yet you become identical to those you criticize the moment your own victims are mentioned. Attacking my identity is a distraction. There is a there is a discussion to be had about what it means that I was born into Zionism and that I still live in Palestine. This is not Israel, this is Palestine. This is Palestine. This is Palestine. And I ate a lot of shit for claiming again and again and again that this is Palestine. And it is Palestine. And I am Palestinian, no matter what Zionism says. There is a discussion to be had about what the moral meaning of me still living in Palestine as someone who was branded Jewish by the Zionist system. There is a discussion to be had about that. And George, I would be happy to have this discussion with you if you want to have it. I would be happy to hear your constructive criticism. I want you to explain to me what I should do, in your opinion, and help me become a better activist for the liberation of Palestine. This is what I want. I want liberation for anyone, and specifically, I want liberation for Palestine. And I want to be a better activist for the liberation of Palestine. And if you think that it would help the liberation of Palestine if I made the personal, individual choice to leave, then this is something that I'm willing to listen to. And you, George, should be willing to listen to the criticism that I am giving you now. You are collaborating with a system that is connected to imperialism, that is connected. It's part of it. It's an integral part of imperialism and capitalism. What is more imperialist? What is more capitalist than mass enslavement of hundreds of billions of living beings? If you want, we can have a discussion, George. We can have a discussion, but we must have two different discussions, because what I will not agree is for you to deflect from your responsibility for the enslavement and murder of innocent living beings by attacking me. This is what I will not have. The cow being murdered does not care about the identity of her murderer. The cow that you murder does not care if you're Australian or Greek or Argentinian or Israeli or Chinese or Lebanese or South African or Congolese or Canadian. They don't care. They don't care who you are when you murder them. No one who is being murdered cares about the identity of their murderer, nor the identity of the person defending her. The cow who you murdered doesn't care if I'm Israeli or Palestinian. She doesn't care about that. She doesn't care about that. And you're using that as a distraction. Stop using it as a distraction. Stop it. Stop it. I never claimed to be morally superior. I never claimed to be morally superior. This is not about moral superiority. Maybe for you, it's about moral superiority. Maybe you're posturing as morally superior, but I'm not posturing as morally superior. I don't think I'm morally superior to anyone. I don't think I'm morally superior to anyone. If I thought that I was better than others, then I wouldn't try to speak with them. I think you're just as good as I am, and I think that just like I chose to stop collaborating with this system of human supremacy, with this system of oppression, you can choose so too. You can make this choice is super easy. You can make it today. Anyone watching this video right now can make this choice today. Right now, you can choose to stop collaborating. I'm not better than you. I'm not better than cows, and I'm not better than pigs, and I'm not better than you. And you're not better than me, and you're not better than cows, and you're not better than pigs. No one is better than anyone else. No one is better than anyone else. Stop fighting about who's better. This is serving the system of oppression. The reason that we are not working for liberation, justice, and equality for all is that everyone is fighting all the time about who's better or worse. Stop fighting about this. It's just another deflection you are using to avoid the issue. I simply stated the fact that you pay for the enslavement and murder of innocent beings for sensory pleasure, which you haven't denied. You haven't denied it because you know it's true. This is not about moral superiority. This is about a world where everyone is at the same moral level and no one murders or enslaves anyone else. Let's reach a, a world where no one murders or enslaves anyone else. This is what I want. Is this what you want, George? Is this what you want? If this is what you want, then we need to start acting towards it. People who've been watching George Bad Empanada for a long time, does he ever say anything positive about what should be done? Ronnie is asking, so why did you wish my tongue would be burned then, Alon? Ronnie, I wish that you stop murdering and stop defending murder. I wish that. I wish that. Okay, I wish that you are healthy. I wish that you release the virus of carnism from your brain. I wish that you stop murdering. Will you stop doing it? Ronnie, will you stop murdering and enslaving? Will you stop doing it right now? Will you stop murdering and enslaving right now, Ronnie? Will you do it? I'm asking nicely. I'm asking nicely in the name of your victims. There are thousands, literally. I would do that if you would say you're sorry. Okay? I would do that if you would say you're sorry. No, you know what? No. No. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You're speaking out of ego. You would not do that if I said I was sorry. Because if you really wanted to do it, then it wouldn't matter whether I was sorry of or not. If you really cared about your victims, then it wouldn't matter what I said or didn't say, right? It wouldn't matter. If you think that a good way to deal with the fact that you're offended about something that I said is to punish cows, then you don't care about the cows. You never did, and you still don't. Nice, you got me. A Zionist manipulation trick? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now I'm asking you directly, and I'm asking anyone watching this. I'm asking anyone watching this. Will you stop murdering and enslaving? Doesn't matter what Bad Empanada said. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. It does not matter. It does not matter. Bad Empanada does not matter. I had a plan for this video. I don't fucking care. You know what matters? You know what matters? Will you stop murdering and enslaving? Will humanity, Will humanity decide to stop this? I was asked in one of the comments, is this really the most important thing to be talking about? Yes, it is. It is. It is. Hundreds of billions of living beings being enslaved, oppressed, mass slaughtered, born with a death sentence, born into a literal hell. This is what matters. This is what matters. This is the most important thing. Yes, it's the most important thing. Yes, yes, it's the most important subject. Will you stop doing it? If every single person decided right now that they're not supporting this system anymore, this system would stop existing. This system continues to exist because every single day, the vast majority of humans wake up and go to a supermarket or a restaurant or whatever, and they pay money to other people who are maintaining this system, who are enslaving, who are murdering, who are abusing. This is the reason that this system continues to exist. If you and 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 you stop paying for it, it will stop existing. If you stop collaborating with it, it will stop existing. Will you stop doing it? Ronnie disappeared. Ronnie, will you stop doing it? Will you stop murdering? Will you stop enslaving? I'll do a take 2 of this video tomorrow. I failed. I failed. I failed. I just answered you in Hebrew. Lol. I don't understand. Will you stop murdering? Will you stop murdering? Will you stop murdering? I failed. I didn't manage to get across all the points that I wanted to get across. The agents of the system managed to confuse me. I failed. Tomorrow I'll do it again and I'll come more prepared and I'll stay on point. And I'll do what I set out to do. In the meantime, I ask anyone who watched this video and got this far, probably something made you reach this part of the video. Please stop paying for murder, abuse, and enslavement. Please. Please stop. Please stop. It doesn't matter. I don't matter here. I don't matter here. What matters is the victims. And what matters is that you are choosing to continue collaborating in creating their ultimate suffering. Please choose to stop collaborating. Liberation for all living beings. May the world be a world of equality, of freedom, of cooperation, of justice for everyone, for everyone, for every single living being. This is what I want, and I will continue to work tirelessly to create this world. Bye bye, everyone.